Hey guys, this is Jimmy with Valet, and today I'm going to show you how to remove the tread on your RVR 5 or 9 unit. So to start, the tools that you're going to need are some C-clip pliers, a 3mm Allen wrench, as well as a 5mm Allen wrench, and a 13mm socket. So in order to get everything exposed to where you can intermittently with a rubber mallet hit the treads to remove it, obviously first I'm going to have to remove the side cover. By doing this, you're going to use the 3mm Allen wrench, and I'm going to remove these 4 Allen screws. There are white plastic spacers over each one of these Allen screws, so be very careful when you remove it. Be sure that you have all 4 of the white spacers that you'll see in a moment when I remove it. So what I basically like to do is get it completely removed from the inner thread, and I'm not going to remove it by hand. I'm just going to leave the screw in. I'm going to go ahead and check it once I feel that it's free. So I can kind of feel it is loose, it's completely out, but I'm going to leave it sit. And now I'm going to do the bottom 2. Okay, so like I said, these are all removed from the thread, but I'm going to leave it inserted so the spacer does not fall out. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and, as I said, they're all pushed back in, and I'm just going to slowly remove the cover. And as you can see on the other side, all 4 white spacers are still over the screws. So I'm going to set this aside. Make sure I don't lose any of the screws or spacers. And the next part that you're going to remove is the top tread guard, which will be removed with the same tool, the 3mm Allen wrench. There is a black spacer behind this little metal guard, so just make sure that that comes out as well once you've removed both of the Allen screws. What I like to do personally is I'll get these completely loose on both sides, as I'm going to do so here. They're loose. I'm going to do the same thing on this side. Now that these are loose, before I pull these out, the next part that I'm going to remove is the inner cover guard right here. So this is the inner cover that I'm referring to, and this guard keeps the inner cover in place, and you're going to use the 5mm Allen wrench to remove the screw keeping that in place. So once I've got it done with the tool, I can just finish it by hand. Remove that, and then go ahead and remove the guard after I've removed the screw. Behind the guard, there's going to be a little washer / spacer that looks like this. Go ahead and remove that as well. And then I'm going to do the same thing on this side. Now that I've removed the screw with the lock washer, I'm going to remove the guard as well as the washer slash spacer. Now that I've removed that, now you can go ahead and pull the inner guard out like so. I'm going to set that aside. And now you can go ahead and finish pulling these top tread guards out without losing the black spacer that sits behind it. You can either use the 3mm tool, or if it starts getting a little tight on you, or if it's not tight, you can just continue doing it by hand. And this is the black spacer I was referring to. So just kind of keep it together in one piece when you remove it. Then I'm going to do the same thing on this side. Then just remove it, like I was saying earlier, in one piece, like I did the other one, and set that aside. Now that those tread guards are removed, now I can go ahead and pull the inner guide wheel out. So this should come out fairly easily. Just remove it like so on both sides. Now you may have a different year manufactured RVR unit, which may have lower tread guards located right here and here. The process is going to be the same as removing the top tread guards. You're going to use a 3mm Allen wrench, and there'll be 2 Allen screws on both sides. Some units do not have them, but depending on when the year of your unit, it may or may not. So now that this part has been removed, now you're going to use your 13mm socket, and you're going to remove this plate which holds the plastic wheel cogs in place on both sides. Doing this makes it to where you can hit the tread off much easier. Technically at this point, you can remove the tread if you put a lot of WD-40 in between the plastic and rubber. I recommend removing these. It makes it much easier to hit out once these plates are removed. I do recommend noting which side you remove the plate from, and when you replace it back on, that it's placed back on the same side to make the screw go in easier through the aluminum threading. The housing on these are aluminum, so you want to use the same screw that was used originally. Once the screw has been completely removed, you'll see the lock washer on it. So before I pull this out, I'm going to go ahead and do this side as well. Okay, now that I've removed that bolt or screw, now you can go ahead and remove the C-clip that is sitting over the axles on both sides. So with my C-clip pliers, I'm going to remove the C-clip. C-clip removed. Set off to the side. Now that the C-clip is off, now I can go ahead and remove the plate. And then the plate will have a washer in between the plastic cog and the plate, as you can see right here. So I'm just going to set that off to the side. I'm going to keep this set with the original one that it came with. So now I'm going to remove the plate on the other side after I remove the C-clip. C-clip removed. I'm going to go ahead and pull off the plate with the spacer and washer. As you can see, the plate and the spacer / washer. And then I'm going to put the bolt back in and set that aside. So now the last step that you'll have to do is remove the front and back panel. Once those are removed, then what you're going to do, as I stated earlier, with a rubber mallet, you're going to hit right on the side of this side, as well as the same on the opposite side. Rubber only, and you're gonna shoot a little WD-40 right in between the treads and the plastic cog to help the rubber tread slide off a little bit more easily. Once you've let the WD-40 set a little bit, it should make it come off easier. Once you've gotten about halfway off with the rubber mallet, normally you can finish with your hand and just remove the rest of it by hand. And that is the removal process for the tread removal.